Alright, Hagiwara. Let's see how this backfires. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, human to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Another fun fact. You know what time it is. After a very, very well-deserved break, Hokuzono Sensei, you deserve more. A very, very well-deserved break. We're back for another chapter review of Kagurabachi. And not just any chapter review. Chapter 99, Strongest. Uh-oh. With it being in quotation marks, I wonder if that's meant to mean the kid isn't actually the strongest or not. But regardless, I'm excited. And I did actually reread all of Kagurabachi before this. So, yes, I do remember the guy's name is Bingo and the girl's name is Uran. Completely forgot about that. But now I've reread it. I'm fully back up. And I probably will have to reread it again. There's some concepts that I still do not have fully down. So, I'll really have to hit another reread. But it's only about to hit 100 chapters. So, I'm excited. I should be good. Let's see if I remember literally anything and everything. I know the only other person who survived from the original Anti-Cloud Guider squad is that guy who lost his arm and then didn't and then agreed that Enchanted Blade shouldn't exist. So I wonder if we're ever going to see their abilities, because we never actually got to see them because Sojo cut their arm off. But with it being the case, let's hop right into chapter 99. Strongest. All right. I'm assuming this is the guy who just got speared by... Let's go straight to the angle. I know the name is said there. Kugara, and Hagiwara. I keep getting their names mixed up in my head. So Kugara, or what the false Kugara, and then Hagiwara here. Let's see. Wait, weren't you? Maybe he left though. But weren't you with whatchamacallit? Weren't you with the main four in the battle that's happening? He may have retreated though. Because I remember the last time we saw him, he was like, "Stop destroying the building!" And they just gave up on that when Kiri destroyed the building. Let's see. Yeah, Hagiwara's lost it. But, like, to be fair, I feel like it would be like this sometimes. And he actually got a buff from losing it, you know? Maybe a little bit JJK-esque, where the crazier you are, the stronger you are. Because, jeez! But I'm assuming the kid's still alive, right? In fact, I'm assuming this is him standing and, like, holding his fist up. Let's see. Mr. Hagiwara! You're still... This guy's the other vessel. It's crazy. He's just some brat. Oh yeah, so like, look at that. Even with a massive... Oh, and a lot of people point out, the main reason why the kid will probably end up surviving this with no real problem is the fact that he's missing a bunch of organs. So, like, it may have essentially been surface damage, right? Like, even though he got speared directly, quote-unquote, where the scroll is, where the Realm of Realm scroll is, he may have like one been able to move it inside of him because sorcery and stuff like that, but also it may have gone straight through and there's like nothing there. The reason he couldn't go to the bathroom was because his organs were missing. So if that's the case, and we know that it's hard to tell if the main scroll guy like uses the bathroom and stuff like that, so he may not have to use the bathroom or eat or anything. So like his actual torso where we store all of our organs, which is crazy, right? When you think about it, like literally. All your most vital organs are like right here. The only difference is like your heart is around here. For some reason I always think the heart is down here. But technically your heart is around here and your lungs are right here. But like your torso is where everything important is stored. Ultimately your arms and legs don't contain, like they contain blood vessels, but they don't contain vital organs. But like your stomach, your large intestine, your small intestine, your liver, your kidney, all of that is here. But if he can't even go to the bathroom, all of that may just be gone, right? Like it may just be completely gone. And there may just be a massive hole here and he's still functional. So, like, even though Kugara pierced straight through and then it came out his gut, if there's nothing around here, it doesn't matter. So, let's see, because he's able to move. Like, he even immediately goes in the attack here. Mr. Hagiwara, you're still... This guy's the other vessel. It's crazy. He's just some brat. Speaking of crazy, I was crazy once. I was in a rubber room. I'm sorry. But, we see... I didn't even speak. We haven't even gotten a name for the strongest kid yet, I'm pretty sure. I know we have Bingo and Ura. I don't think we have a name for this guy. Why? Why always when I'm about to record? Does someone need to start mowing the lawn? Why? At least I got through the Ichi the Witch review. But still, come on. Fine, whatever. Let's see. Sorry, kid. Gotta slay you. Or we can't even call in reinforcements. But see, that's the thing. The fact you gotta apologize for that. You're lucky you made out the first time, dog. To a non-Hishaku member, but you may not make it out this time. He seems like he's ready for motion. Let's see. He pulls out a sword. And I wonder if I guess he's technically still being weighed down by Bingo's... I almost say curse technique. Bingo's sorcery here. Because interesting that his nose is still bleeding. But also, he's just malnourished. So maybe he just doesn't have the energy to do what he's doing, but, you know, driven by pure insanity. Let's see. Yeah, even look, you can see how fatigued he is. You can still see the bags under his eyes. So kid lunges in, but then the iron sand intercepts again and locks him in. But let's see if he's strong enough to break through it. So fast! With a wound like that? This kid's tenacious. Alright, But that's the thing, dude. Unfortunately, you keep piercing at his body. Where he likely has massive holes in him. But then again, maybe some of these are going through his lung. But you should be going for the head, right? Like, notably, I get why, like, most of the time people don't go for the head, because, like, the head, unless you go straight for the eyes, this is gonna sound real morbid, but, like, obviously, the skull is there to protect your brain, which is arguably, it's your most defining organ. I'd say your most vital is still your heart, because your heart stops, everything stops, but, like, in terms of, like, who you are, if anything happens to your brain, the you that exists right now can, like, just immediately vanish. You can have a heart attack, recover from that, and still be you, just the you that had a heart attack. If something happens to your brain, like, you lose your memories, or a piece of your, like, you can lose whole sections of control of your body, and even if you are resuscitated, you may not be you anymore. So, I get why in fiction characters don't go for the head, because if they go for the head, then the battle's over. But very specifically, even with the brain being protected by the skull, go through the eyes, go through the mouth, go through the nose. Like, there are holes in the skull that one could go through that would just immediately go straight for the brain. But obviously, Hagiwara is likely not, like, narratively, he's just not allowed to get rid of this kid. So let's see. This kid's tenacious. Alright. Oh, darn. I even realized he lost the whole arm here. Alright. Wait, did he lose the arm initially? Oh, no. Oh, okay. That's actually really, really cool. I mean, bad, because, well, bad for him. Technically good for our heroes. But I didn't even realize. In here, I thought he had just stopped the kid with the iron sand. No, he sharpened the iron sand to a blade-like point and used the kid's own momentum against him to cut off his arm. That's crazy. That essentially, it's like, imagine you're fighting me, and then suddenly I'm just like I manifest a sword out of nowhere, and you just punch or swing directly into the sharpness of the blade. That's a crazy way, using one's own force against you. It's kind of like how you never realize how much force you move with until you bump into something. Like, for me, I never realized how much force I walk with, or, well, I know now, because it's happened so often. But, like, I have jacked up my pinky toe so often, because I just barely overestimated or underestimated how big my feet are, and they are massive. And I bumped into something, and I realized, darn, when I'm not stepping through air, I do slam my feet everywhere, because it hurts a whole lot whenever I slam my pinky toe. So, in this case, kid's momentum was used against him, he lost his hand. But, so this kid does have motion, because he doesn't even let the blade fall past his foot before he catches it in his other hand. And then goes for another swing. But let's see. Will this one connect? What are the chances of Hokuto no Sensei reviving a character just to boom? Or, like, keeping a character alive just to boom? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, okay. So that time... Oh! Oh! What? Ah, okay. So that's how he's able to move. In that case... Huh. So that must be his own unique power then. This is technically our first char. Is this guy related to is this the experimental guy, or is he related to the Kyonagi? Hold on. Oh no. Bad guitar. But let me see. Char Kagurabachi. A character we have not seen for a while, but for good reason. Yeah, Kyonagi. So is this guy Kyonagi? So I was right. So look at me remember stuff. So is Char, or is this kid a Kyonagi? Because remember, Char, the only other character we've seen with actual regenerative abilities and not like healing abilities. We've seen Sumi of the Masumi have healing abilities. But very specifically, in terms of like quick instant regeneration, outside of Samura, using Tobimune exclusively, and Char, like this is the fastest, most top tier regeneration we've seen. And I wonder, that makes me wonder, then could he actually go to the bathroom? Probably. Like, if he is obviously he is the second vessel, they, Hagiwara identified him as it. But maybe he couldn't use the bathroom, not because he was missing the organs too, but because he actually was just genuinely nervous, I'm guessing. Because if he can regenerate like this, unless he was like, unless there's no way to use the scroll without sacrificing organs, He should be fine, I'm guessing. But interesting. Oh, I love how the regeneration is drawn too. You see the bone in the center, you see the muscle and sinew grow back around, and then you see literally the flesh drip and sweat. If there's a little steam thrown on there, that'd be really cool too. But I think I'm so used to like JJK regeneration. Let's see. No apology needed. I'm 17. I'm a grown up. I don't know that. Well, I mean, it takes place seemingly in a modernist day Japan. I don't think 17 is a grown up over there either. You're 18 is still a grown up. Let's see. I'm 17. I'm a grown up. Interesting. Regeneration. It's the perfect ability to buy time. 17 is still. So yeah, if the crazy guy whose magic is talking to him is like, 17 still a kid, then I think 17 is still a kid. Interesting. Regeneration is the perfect ability to buy time. 17 is still a kid. Totally. So like, with us knowing he's insane, do you just say totally to nobody? Let's see. Still, psychological strength to wait, no, I'm losing Kagurabachi's voice. Still, the psychological strength to endure pain, knowing he'll regenerate, and the tremendous sacrifices he made to become a force field vessel. You're clearly no ordinary kid, and that's true, right? Like that. So Kagurabachi still is at least somewhat. He's not all of his marbles are loose. He's still there to a decent degree, because he's able to respect and understand that. And that is true, right? Like, I've mentioned many a time before how, like, if I could have regeneration of, like, a Wolverine or Deadpool, or Bond level for, like, Seven Deadly Sins, where I could always know I'm coming back, I would probably be fighting the forest with a grizzly bear, only for the love of the game. But then again, he's right? Like, you're still going to feel pain. Just because you're immortal doesn't mean your pain receptors are turned off. So you will still go through absolute agony. And regeneration probably doesn't feel like the best. Because like it's almost insane to think like arms gone, and then your body literally needs to like, especially if it costs something, right? Like it costs energy. The feeling the body like force itself to recreate an entire hand and then gripping it again, like, oh, it would feel really weird. So maybe I don't want to be fighting the forest with a grizzly bear, but still I wouldn't mind like a temporary sort of regen, or not temporary, but like a lifelong regen factor. That'd be really, really cool. Let's see. You're clearly no ordinary kid. Huh? Okay. Okay. But see, like, how you are? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do that? But you could have. Let's see. Huh? I've barely eaten in ages. Went a little too hard. Yes. So that's good. That's good. He's very powerful. He's very useful, but his own psychosis still did have a cost, right? Like, while he is powerful, he's potent, he's useful. He isn't powerful and potent and useful enough to maintain himself entirely. He still needs to eat and drink. Like, he got a super amp, but he would still need to sustain himself. Hold on, let me take a sip real quick. Stay hydrated, folks. Let's see. Sorry, I need a 20-second break. Only 20 seconds? That's pretty good, though. It's pretty good. Not too much time. Not too much time. Let's see. Somebody, quick! Do you have any... That sounds so crazy to say. Can I say that? Can I say that? Can I say that? We're at 13 minutes, and why not? Somebody, quick! Decapitate the kid! Sounds so crazy to say. But I'm assuming, would that work even? And are any of them strong enough? Are they as strong as you were? I don't think so. Let's see. Well, we about to see someone who may be Kiri and Hakuri with the clutch up doom, despair, and everything up. Okay! Yo, why this panel got so much aura, too? Look at Oni-chan, bruh. Look at Oni-chan, bruh. Straight up, Masamune, not on steroids. Masamune is still technically longer, which is crazy to think about. Like, I would love, literally, hold on. In fact, let me show up the location a little bit. As you can see, I've readjusted everything a little bit. You can finally actually see the KH2 Ultimate Weapon. It's kind of just been sitting there in a corner. Now it's sitting there in a different corner. You still, in fact, yeah, you still can barely see one of my other silver swords. And you can barely see two become one. But now, everything's more cleaned up on the wall. I've lowered the camera so you can't actually see Gazing Eye or No Name anymore. But you can at least see all the keychains. And you can see, obviously, the Kingdom Key, Oathkeeper, and Oblivion. But then I have all my other swords back there, too. I have my Tentacle Dark Master Sword. Or I'm not even sure if this technically counts as a Dark Master Sword. Maybe it should be another Master Sword variant. Then my actual Master Sword. The God of War Mjolnir. Then I think, can you see? Yeah, then you see the MCU Mjolnir, Rita chilling back there, Simba chilling back there. And then I do have both of Kratos' axes. And then the Blades of Chaos I think I find a place for. But all that being said, I have all those. I still want Masamune, but I have no room for it. I have no idea where I'd put like an 11-foot sword. I just really don't have a place for it. Same thing if I were to ever get like my hands on a sword from Kagurabachi, I literally have run out of space. I literally cannot have anything else, at least not right now. So, man, it'd be cool because it's a really big sword, but darn, look at that bad boy. Teleportation. I see you, Hawker. I see you, Hawker. Let's see. Oh, but the kid does sense and react. Let's see. The weave. Oh, not too much weaving. All right. So let's see. Kiri misses the first swing. Or maybe that's a land-in. Misses, swings it around, flips the blade in her hand. Let's see. Kid's retreating. Oh, okay. But she's able to use the range of the sword to slice at him anyway. Let's see. He blocks with both hands. But that's the thing. Kiri, you're swinging too low. You're swinging too low. I get you're probably going for like his chest and his heart and stuff like that and his lungs. But you're swinging a little bit too low because you can see he loses seemingly both of his hands here. But it's swinging to his body. If he can regen this, he'll be fine. But of course, it's still a lot. Let's see. All right. So even with the... I was Haku about to use Iso? Maybe? And that's very cool. That's very cool too. That's smart. In order to disarm Kiri, what he does is he lets the blade, the blade does cut into him, but he lets the blade come in and he doesn't let go of it. He then regens around it. And muscles, like, obviously we're human in our universe, but even then, like, just generally muscles are like really, really strong. So like if a muscle is tight around something, like that actually is a pretty solid grip, probably even a more solid grip than you can manifest actually in the grip of your hand. And obviously this guy is very, very powerful. So him locking Oni-chan inside of himself, while it does leave him with a massive sword in him, though it does actually look kind of small here. It does look a little tiny, but it could just be the angle. But by locking the massive sword inside of him, it technically also gives him an extra hitbox, but at the same time disarms Kiri, which is very, very useful. Seriously? Oh, but even then, she seems like she's a sweat drop. Kiri's actually nervous. Okay, we get it. Let's see. Hakuri using an Iso. No, that's even... Oh, wait! That's my boy. You see what he doing? I see you, Hakuri. Because notably, the thing he pointed out earlier was that his Isos have been dropping in potency. But if he's able to use his Iso not on a person, but on a weapon, something that can't resist like Hokuto did, because Hokuto just shoulder check the Iso, shoulder check the shockwave, using a blade as the basis, and then Isoing the blades essentially create like a rail cannon or a nail gun, but in this case like a sword gun. Oh, I love this. Stack these abilities, dog. I love it. Let's see. But is he gonna dodge it or is he just gonna face tank it? This is the question. Because he's disarmed, and I wonder if Kiri's gonna be able to get Oni-chan back from his body. That's a real question. Let's see. Iso. That's smart. That's smart. That's cool too. Setting her up for the part. That's ball right there. That's one of them things where like you're getting hit. You're like, no matter what, one way or another, your ankles are getting shattered. I usually use fighting games for this, but it's like, I'm gonna use a fighting game. I was about to say I don't actually know an actual sport's not. Like it could be like a basketball. It's like getting I can use basketball. It's like getting double teamed in basketball, right? Where like ultimately, even if you get past the one guy, somebody else is right there. But this is instead of like. Actually, no. This would be. Okay, so I think I'm using basketball here. Right. Once again, not that big of a sports guy, so feel free. Any of my basketball fans, correct me if I'm wrong. This is like you going to intercept a pass, or like you go to block a shot. You don't block it, right? Because notably, let's say you whiff, but then a person from behind you grabs the ball up there and dunks it on you, posterizes you anyway from behind because Hakuri threw the lob of the Iso launch blade. The kid dodges it, weaves the direct forehead impalement, but Kiri, who lost on Oni-chan, grabs the sword anyway, swings and takes his dome right off. Okay. But just based on his lack of reaction and Kiri's face here, I'm assuming he's fine. Which is crazy. I think this would be, if he does manage to live this would be the highest feat of regeneration we've seen. Because notably, Char, like, regenerated entire limbs. I'm not sure what her mother did, but I don't think she ever regenerated the entire brain. Limbs, brain. Sommer's healed like multiple numerous stab wounds. Once again, they were also his torso. But no one's ever like decapitated Sommer before or Char before. So let's see if he recovers from this. Alright. Huh. Interesting. So wait, what? That's actually. So you see like a puppet? Is he an automaton? Well, no, it seems like he's alive. Huh. That, I mean, like, notably, this has been done in fiction before, though. Like, technically, if I were to, obviously, like, just removing your head would remove your life, but if I were to somehow disconnect your head from your body, then you wouldn't be able to move. That's kind of how it works, right? Like, because essentially every single motion is your brain sending a command. So, like, me talking right now is my brain loading up the words I want to say, transferring that to my mouth, and then the mouth, well, no, not to my mouth. Technically, it transfers the electrical signals, flow down from my brain to my lungs, and then allow me to exhale air with certain vibrational patterns that mean certain things. That's what allows me to speak. Even this, just me generally moving. This is my brain. Like, me, this is the brain right now. This is like, I can't hit this. I can't hit this right now. Oh, I'm hitting it. Oh, I'm hitting it. But, like, I couldn't even hit that without the brain. Even just the act of me opening and closing my finger. Like, technically, this isn't my brain. But it is still my brain, because I'm the one choosing to hold my arms up. If I shut everything down, then I wouldn't even be standing. Like, if I were to fully shut everything down, like, just not think at all, or not, like, brain at all, my body would just, because it wouldn't have any commands to be given. So, typically, whenever you remove the brain, the body stops functioning, because it's not getting commands for anything. So, I wonder, is his brain not even really his brain, or is this just typical, like, fictional stuff where you can lose your head but still somehow move your body? My thing is, like, does he, like, feel where his head is, or did he just guess? Like, how does the body know where the head is? Because right now, when you think about it, a lot of our senses are localized to our head. Notice that the only sense that is not directly localized to your head is touch. Whether it's your sight, whether it's your smell, whether it's your hearing, whether it's your taste, all 4 of the 5 major senses are located on your face. That's why the head is also really, really important. All that sensory information you would get to be able to tell where, like, hypothetically, your head is going would be gone. You wouldn't be able to see anything because your body wouldn't have anything to look for because it doesn't have eyes. You wouldn't be able to smell anything because your body doesn't have a nose to smell things. You wouldn't be able to hear anything because your body doesn't have ears to hear anything. And you wouldn't be able to, I don't know, like, taste your head if it was going to more. So I don't know, it's interesting. It's always weird because sometimes there are characters in fiction who can be decapitated, but once they're decapitated, like, their body collapses and they can't really do anything until they either heal or just nothing at all. Like, they're headless now. But interesting. So Boy Shaku's able to grab his head, but he doesn't put it back on. It looks like he's speaking from the stump. I don't know. I was like, what? Haku's like, of all the insane things I was expecting to see today, I was not expecting to see the man be able to talk about his head. If yours says something's white, even if it's black, it's white. How low can I go? Can I get down low? All the way to the... I'm tempted to make a joke here. Nah, we won't. But that's interesting. So essentially, Yura has completely gaslit the 17-year-old. Once again, who I'm assuming he probably has to be part of the Kyonagi clan. They've been the only clan so far that's been established to have, like, regeneration abilities at all. Not talking regeneration abilities on this level. What? How you are recovered, bro? Go eat something. But that's interesting. Notably, there are people who are like that, though, who no matter what, no matter how much evidence you throw in their face, no matter how much logic, fact, and science you throw against them, numbers, all that, you can throw all that at them. But if they're top dog, if they're overlord, if they're master controller, whatever you want to call it, if they say something otherwise, then that's true. It doesn't matter. Like, and this can be all types of places, all types of ways, shapes, and forms, where some people are so heavily, they have so much faith in somebody else that any counter evidence of what they say, it just doesn't matter. It's not real. That's not real. That's false. That's fake. It's untrue. I think that's insane. But, like, I think notably it's because I had a healthy relationship with my parents, where, like, if I did prove them wrong, they'd be like, darn, you got me, Jay. So, like, I guess that's different. But, like, I don't think there's a singular. And I love my parents. I love my little brother. I love my family. And I know many of them are smarter than me in my own different ways. It's like they have more different information than me. But, like, I don't think there's a singular person on the planet that can claim to, like, if they just say something, I'll automatically believe it. I need to have cooperation or something, especially if I know something's supposedly wrong, right? Because like, that's what the kid is saying here. If yours says something's white, even if it's black, so like even if the facts are different, even if something is proven wrong, then it doesn't matter. That level of I don't think ever. Maybe only beings that'll probably have that control over me is like my kids and like my wife. We're like, okay, whatever you say, honey, or okay, whatever you say, kiddo. Like even then, probably not. I don't know. That's crazy. Let's see. I'm the strongest Hishaku. So he's not actually the strongest, right? Like, especially with strong being in quotation marks, with him bringing up the idea that something can be wrong, but in his mind it'll be true. Since he's saying he is the strongest, he's kind of getting diff right now. He's probably not actually the strongest. And maybe Hokuto. Let's see. I'm the strongest Hishaku. You're said so it has to be true. Hokuto-sensei, where are his legs? Oh, there are his legs. But all right. So he's not actually speaking from his. He's still speaking from his head. All right, that's interesting. Very, very interesting. You're said so it has to be true. Interesting. I mean, this could once again him just being a member of the clan. It could be a part of his sorcery, but also shouldn't be able to speak right now because the whole lungs popping oxygen to your mouth in order to speak. Like, let me run out of breath and try to speak. Like, literally, you need air. Like, that's why people don't like it when it's common for people to spit when they speak, because you're always exhaling air. Try to inhale and speak at the same time. I can't do it. Or there we go. I could. There we go. But even then, I was expelling air when you think about that. Like, hello, I'm trying to inhale and speak at the... Wait, hold on. I'm trying to inhale and speak at the same time. Like, I don't know. Like, it causes the voice to go, like, hoarse and dry. That's interesting. That may be a new voice unlock right there. Because it's rare that I ever do that, but... It's really hard to speak. It's really hard to speak. Like, that's the thing. Even when I'm doing that, I put my hand in front of my mouth to test, I'm still feeling air be released. So, you can't really speak without air coming out. So, I don't know how he's getting air right now. Maybe just circling through his, whatever his neck hole would be. But, interesting. He's not regenerating either. He's not putting his head back onto his body. So, alright. He's decapitated. Is he invincible? No, there's no way. There must be some trick. We have to boil or burn him. We've got to hurry. Oh? Oh, what are these flowers? Wait, what's happening? Oh, you are sweating more? Oh. Wait. Did Europe pop malediction? Because the flowers are coming. It's like he instinctively reacted to that. What's happening? Yep, because he grabs the iron sand and he hides them all behind the wall. Oh, poor other guys, I guess. Because he didn't save them. But he grabs Kiri, he grabs Hakuri, and pulls them both away. Huh? What? It's sheer... But you know what? I love moments like that. And then notably, obviously it's not to the same degree, but sometimes you do have those moments where like your body's like, move. Like I can't even fully describe it because it's a specific sensory experience. And obviously, I'm not in a universe where I don't have extra or in a manga universe, I don't have like extrasensory abilities. But sometimes I do have those moments where like everything in my brain, down to my very core, will be like, run, like just go, or like just leave. Essentially, it's like a gut instinct, right? Where sometimes you react so expeditiously, like you don't even fully understand how you did it. It's essentially in like a really watered down version of that. Is like whenever you feel someone's eyes on you. You don't have eyes in the back of your head. But I feel like everyone's had a moment before where you're sitting down somewhere and you can just feel someone's looking at you. You turn and you see it. You see someone looking at you. That's certainly like a watered down version of that. I'm thinking of like a time where I was in an area. I was in a restaurant, not an area. I was in a seedier area, but I was in a restaurant. I'd been to there before. I felt fine. 3 people walked in. They sat down on the other side of the restaurant. But something, like, literally, I hadn't even ordered yet. Like, I had just gotten there. I had my menu. And something in me was just like, leave. Like it was so strong, I literally put the menu down and left. Luckily enough, I don't worry, I don't dine and dash. If I had eaten, if I had gotten food, I would have left the money for the food and just left. Like, I don't even know. I don't think anything happened. Like, I didn't hear any reports of that restaurant, like, being attacked or anything. But something in my body, it just saw those 3. And my brain was like, something's not right. It was just such an instinctual, leave. And I don't know if anyone else has had moments like that. I know some people who have. Like, I literally I've shared stories like that before with friends and be like, oh, I have something like this similar. Then again, though, some of them are like even more instinctual than mine. Like, they didn't even see anybody. They just had like a friend of mine literally was just hanging out someplace. Like, they were on their college campus at the time. Man, that was a while ago. But they were on their college campus at the time. And then suddenly they're just like, I gotta go. And they left. They said they don't, once again, just like me, they didn't think anything happened to that campus that day. I don't think anything happened to that restaurant. But sometimes you have those moments where instinct overcomes you. You have that gut reaction. You're like, we need to leave. Something's wrong. And that same thing happens here. So I'm assuming Yura must have popped malediction. Or is the Sword Saint themselves coming? We'll see. No. So wait, Azami's... No! Please, Azami. Yura. Natsuki, please be alive. Please be alive. But that's it. He sensed the malediction coming and he blocked with the iron sand, but he couldn't save them in time. Alright. But you're seemingly still in control. What is he holding? Who's he holding? Please don't tell me that's Azami's spine, bro. Please don't tell me that. What is he holding? Yura, what are you holding? Yura, please! Yura! Yukisada. Oh wait, do we have all their names now? We don't have Hishaku's name, but we have Hokuto, Yura, Uran, Bingo, Yukisada, Hirohiko, Kuguri, Todo, and then there's two more. Which two am I missing? They're 10 Hishaku. It's Hishaku, that's 9. Who's the one I'm missing? There's one more. Ooh, who's the one I'm missing? There's 10 Hishaku. Oh, and the long neck guy. I don't think we've gotten a name for long neck guy. Bingo and Uran, I don't think we've got a name for Worst Genius. So we have 8 of the 10 names for the Hishaku. Alright. Yura! Yukisada. Well done. Please don't tell me he's holding somebody's spine. That looks like a spine, bro. Please don't tell me he ripped out somebody's spine. Please! But yeah, these guys, I mean, I don't even think they had names. So, like, irrelevant fodder, but still. Alright, interesting that the Iron Sand was able to protect them, though. Alright, let's see. He's like, what happened, bro? You do not want to be out there. Well done. Alright, everyone's on the floor. We're too late. I thought Mr. Azami was holding it. There's no way Azami got off screen, bro. Oh, was he about to tap the iron sand? So it wasn't a skeleton, it was a hand. So maybe they're still alive. I literally thought Yura had like reached into one of their backs and ripped out a rib, or like ripped out their spine, bro. The way this was looking. But no. But he is still in control. So we're saying this close? You ain't got a Wi-Fi project that far, and you still struggling to take over? What's happening, G? Let's see. That's a hand. Is that Azami's hand, bro? I mean, broken fingers. Let's see. He's pointing. Please don't tell me he's gonna one tap the iron sand. Please, Hawkery, get them out of there. Hawkery, get to the storehouse. Hawkery, please. Enough delaying. Hawkery, please tell me you teleported them. Hawkery, please tell me you teleported them. All right. But yeah, look at the flower. So he is using the malediction, right? This has to be it. But where's the Sword Saint? Where's the Sword Saint? That's the very question. Where's the Sword Saint? Oh. So yeah, his very presence is inducing the malediction. Oh, for a second there, I thought he had offed Yukisada. No, he didn't. Interesting though. He didn't. Oh, okay. So Hawkery didn't even teleport them away. That's just some. Yeah, these characters are too important to die right now. So Hagiwara actually was an important enough character to not die. So that's cool. That's cool. Because he doesn't even deal with the Iron Sand. He says enough delaying and he goes straight down to the Sword Saint. But let's see. Yeah, he goes to the Sword Saint, but he's gonna be gone. Is that gonna be the twist? Is the Sword Saint not gonna be here? Did he leave? Let's see. All the people who are watching. Nope. The Sword Saint's still in there. Or at least that seems to be the case, because all the people watching the Sword Saint were affected by the malediction. So let's see. He's here. Down below. Alright. Okay. But do you know what this does? Now, especially, considering we know how the whole interaction works, and also, we know that the only reason Yura's eyes have undergone this state is because he is Wi-Fi linked to the Shinichi. Are we about to get a Shinichi versus Shinichi matchup without the Shinichi even being there? And maybe like, wait, how does that work? We know the only reason that Yura can currently remote control the Shinichi is because his spirit energy is imbued into it. And that's true. But then I have a question. I don't think the Sword Saint always had those eyes. We haven't seen them without these eyes, though. But I think it's very, very important that, one, they were able to move. Two, they were able to activate or, like mess with whoever's wielding the Shinichi at the moment. How could he do that unless his body and his spirit energy is fundamentally and intrinsically tied to the Shinichi? You know what I'm saying? And notably, what Yura is about to do by destroying these pillars and getting down there, right? He's about to remove the restraints from the Sword Saint. The whole point of those pillars wasn't just to keep the guy alive in order to make sure that all the other sword bearers could stay alive, but it was also to keep him there and restrained. He hadn't moved. He only just stood up. He hasn't moved from there. I thought he was going to be moving throughout this entire point, but he's still waiting. But that's the thing. He's still waiting. Is Yura about to backfire and accidentally unleash the actual master of the Shinichi who still has control over it? Because those eyes never faded. His bloodlust never faded. Those flowers never wilted. His powers may still be active. They've just been suppressed. He was beaten before, but I would not be shocked, because I highly doubt, with how much the Sword Saint has been built up, there, with his connections to Kunishige, and obviously by his connection to Kunishige, this connection to all the other sword bearers and the natural nature of the tragedy, there is no way Yura's just going to come in and easily low diff him. I would not be surprised if, thanks to him having the eyes, the ability to still connect back to the other wielders of the Shinichi whenever they try to wield it, and the fact that Yura, in order to reach him, is going to have to destroy all these pillars in the first place, I think he's about to get into a battle he's not ready for. And I also think they're going to accidentally, and I do mean accidentally, cause so much havoc that they're going to allow Chihiro and Samura to break in. I think we're in for a masterclass for Chapter 1 Underdog, and I'm so excited! So, of course, an amazing chapter. Showing off Hagiwara, very, very powerful, very, very potent, but still, he still has his weaknesses. He needs to take care of himself properly in order to be at actual new full potential. Number 2, Yuki Sada and his abilities. While it is currently seemingly basic with the regeneration, and I believe does he have his original sorcery? I'm not sure. But essentially, his ability, Yuki Sada possibly being a Kyonagi or having his whole sorcery based on regeneration, very, very impressive. The way he fights is also very, very cool too. I feel like Hokuto Sensei had a lot of fun with using Yuki Sada's abilities in cool ways, from the losing of the arm, but then the catching of the blade in order to stab anyway, to getting Onichan buried in his body, and very specifically Hakuri. Getting Onichan buried in his body, using his regeneration to trap Onichan within his body, having him be decapitated, but then having him catch his own head, hold it, have it talk in his hand. Like, this is just really, really cool stuff. It's really, really fun to play with characters who can regenerate. I feel like Hokuto Sensei's having a lot of fun with that, and I like Yuki Sada's mentality. Well, I don't like it in the sense I agree with it, but it's an interesting perspective to have. So far, while Hokuto said they all pledged their lives to him, it seems like Yuki Sada's bought into it the most. I do want to know if he's a Kyonagi or not, or if he just does have a sorcery entirely based on regeneration, which probably is super rare in this universe. Then, of course, we need to know what happened to Azami, Uraha, and Natsuki. Last we saw Azami, he was gripping up and still ready to fight. Now, presumably this is Azami's hand that is being held. For one instance, a glimpse what he was holding. But that's the thing, it's only his arm. It would be worse if it was a skeleton or it was his spinal cord like I thought it was, but I do wonder what's up with that. It is interesting that Yura is able to maintain such fine control, like, once again, true testament to his mental fortitude, but I wonder what's up with someone Shiro. Can we get we're probably not going to get a shot of them until they appear, but they're probably going to appear at the end of Chapter 100 or in the middle of Chapter 100 in order to interfere with this, because the malediction being active enough that Yura can just passively activate it as he walks through, slaughtering everybody with the flowers, is very, very interesting. I do think, obviously, him leaving these guys alone is a little bit contrived, but that's perfectly fine. They serve no threat to him, and obviously they're all too important to perish, apparently. And, well, Hakuri alone, they'll probably boost Kiri's and Hagiwara's narrative importance up high enough that they couldn't perish there. And building up to a battle between Yura versus the Sword Saint. I hope we get the Sword Saint's name. I reread Kagurabachi. I looked all around. The Sword Saint does not have a name yet. So hopefully, in this case, Yura's going to introduce himself to the Sword Saint and be like, I'm your biggest fan, or something like that. And I've come to kill you. Like, I'm very, very excited. Overall, a legendary chapter. Cannot wait for next week. But if you don't always see this video, please leave an eye for an eye. Why not? I mean, I feel like it works. Leave an eye for an eye in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure to hit that little notification bell so you do not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month to get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some of those perks include ad-free variations of all my videos. I almost looked again. Ad-free variations of all my videos. your name at the end of every single video. Sorry, I'm trying to slow down and update the outro now, so I'm messing up a lot. But add 2 variations of all my videos, early access to all my videos, your name at the end of literally every single video. If you become a $3 member or higher, you get your name said at the end of every video. And on top of that, you get direct access. If you're a $5 patron, you can get short videos at your request. And if you're a $25 patron or $25 member, you can get a long video at your request. Anything with that being the case. But now you can also drop 5 beans to a Ko-Fi in order to I'm sorry, I need to work on this outro way too much, bro. I'm sorry, I'm fumbling around so much. But you can also drop 5 beans for a short video or 25 beans for a long video in the Ko-Fi down below if you just want a one-off donation but don't want to do a recurring thing. And on top of that, there's That Guy the Reaction. It's a reaction channel. I post there every Saturday at 1. I need to start linking it in the description, so I'll try to remember to link it in this description so you can check that out. I've done 6 videos over there already. They're the super long, chunky videos, so you enjoy long videos like this. You enjoy that channel too. But regardless, that would thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is, in fact, That Guy with the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Guillaume, Buddha Uda, Alex Kenny, Enzo, Swift Strike, Super Flame Zero, Yuki Ally, Azo2404, Striker Man, Grim, Straw, Ollie, The Boy, Corey Watson, Damon Brown, Magic, CCC, Official Popeyes, Ramondo Furen, Create Panem, Serafiel, Dino, Axis XC, Plant Crone, Pickle, Heath Nelson, Hector Gonzalez, P-Sub, and Black Sage. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our line art tier patrons: A+A, Kevin Encarnacion, Dread Zoan, Sean, and Midnight Lord 21. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our Ink tier members: King RTX and Shrimpo the 4 Shrimp 06. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Walkie Munoz and Walkie Munoz.